Hi, I'm Jay. Pronouns are he, they, him.
And I'm Gray. Pronouns are she, her, hers.
And we have
a lot to say.
Hi!
Hi! Here we are.
In our Christmas jumpers.
In our Christmas jumpers. I call it a sweatshirt.
It's a jumper.
Mine is a sweatshirt. Like, legit.
That's a jumper.
Okay, well, I'm in the US.
Yeah, because you're American. Northern US American. I don't know what to call you nowadays. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the special
Warrior Nun
episode.
special.
Yeah.
We're recording this the very day that it is out. Happy Warrior Nun Day. Happy Simon Barry's interview is coming out right this very second as we're recording.
We are missing the Simon interview as soon as it comes out. But as soon as we log off this, I will.
All the breaking news.
So we are avoiding Twitter, even though the Twitter for the podcast has not stopped.
Good.
It's good, but not when you're working.
When you're meant to be working.
And it didn't stop last night either when I was sleeping, and it woke me up halfway through the night. As Gray knows, because then I woke up like, can you do me a favour?
Sorry.
Because I'm not getting out of bed.
No, you should not.
But yeah, no. It's been a good episode. So this week we're doing Christmas and New Year. Hence our jumpers.
This is our last episode of the year. We're going to take a break after this. And our last
episode of the season.
Yeah, season 1. Next time you hear from us, it will be season 2. Yeah, we'll make some upgrades for season 2.
Yes, definitely.
It's been a learning experience, but boy, has it been fun.
Oh, it definitely has. And hopefully season 2 will be bigger and better because we know what to do. And we are really good at time zones now, so we could have more guests.
We could. I feel like we can expand our guests now that we're
KTY.
I left that part in at the end of season 2 when you name dropped everybody to come on. We'll see.
We'll see. I could happily interview Simon, KTY, Alba, Sarah, Amy, David. If they want to join us, more than welcome.
We'll just manifest it. Manifesting it.
Well, we manifested this special episode and look what happened.
True.
But yeah.
All right.
So,
Christmas, US versus UK. Okay, well, we already know that you start celebrating Christmas a lot sooner than we do. So
Christmas stuff in the stores / shops / whatever you want to call it start coming September. Coming out in September. So we're on about I don't know. Do you have advent calendars there?
Mm-hmm.
So our advent calendars start going on the shelves in September. Christmas decorations start going out. Fake Christmas trees start going out, and then it just gets more. November the 1st, I think the Christmas songs start playing everywhere. So I freaking hate Christmas songs because it's all you hear. Our advent calendars come. Christmas decorations come out. People literally start putting their tree up in November. So my housemate put all the Christmas decorations up middle of November. And so I started Christmas shopping for everybody beginning of November, and I completed it on Black Friday. So everything was done. Yeah. Well, no, because mine was quite easy this year because I only had to get my family. And I've decided, normally people will get material things, but I think me this year and the coming years, I think Christmas presents for us is going to be, I want people to have make a memory on my behalf. So I've got them I have got them vouchers, and I do think vouchers are a cop-out, but these vouchers are to go do something. So they can go to a spa weekend, or they can go out for dinner, a really posh dinner, or Do you know what I mean? Like they can go away for the weekend, or they can go they can do anything. There's like 6,000 different activities, so they get to choose, but they get to make that memory. So my sister's married, my dad's remarried, and my mum's remarried, so it's just easier. It's a couples thing, so I don't have to split their presents up. And then with my grandparents, they don't, they're old. They don't want anything. They've got everything that they want. Mm-hmm. So I was like, right, I'll take you out for lunch, which I'm doing next week. So all done.
I feel like it's harder. It's harder when you get to the adults. So I don't remember if I've said this on here before. I have 5 brothers and sisters, and they're not all married, but some of them are married. I have multiple nieces and nephews, and eventually it just turns into you buy stuff for the kids, and then everybody else draws names, which is also what we do with the other family here. Like we ever just buy, like not everybody doesn't buy everybody else presents now. It's just the adults draw names, and then we buy stuff for the kids. Like I feel like that just organically kind of happens as you get older and have nieces and nephews and things like that.
Obviously, this year I had Bruno and Tom to get for as well. I didn't have to get them. I wanted to. So Tom is Bruno's child. I've got them stocking fillers, which they've got to open on Christmas Day. And then I've got Bruno's main present and his main present here. So then when she flies back in January, she can give it to him. But their Christmas is so different to ours because I've obviously been learning. So like, because they're
in the summer.
Yeah, they're summer. And I'm like, this is weird because Christmas here is all about warm jumpers, wrapping up, hot chocolate, marshmallows, cream, like all the different, like obviously Starbucks, you probably have it, pumpkin spice latte and
peppermint mocha. Pumpkin spice latte is Thanksgiving.
It's a winter thing here.
Yeah, no, they stop it after Thanksgiving because they have their Christmas drinks are different.
Yeah, and we have Costa coffee, so we have like gingerbread latte.
They have that too. I've never tried it. Yeah. I'm afraid to try it. I'm not sure how it's going to taste.
Well, I don't like lattes, but apparently it's really nice. Everyone raves it here. And then they also have a Black Forest hot chocolate, which is
so
I love this time of year because it's like my favorite hot chocolate. And then like the little towns and the big cities, they all have like Christmas lights in the centers. So you can go and watch the Christmas lights get turned on, and there's like fairgrounds and stalls and like music and alcohol and stuff. And they sometimes get like celebrities to turn it on. And I mean like
local ones.
Yeah.
People who are on Bake Off.
Yeah, basically. They get to turn it on, and yeah. And then Christmas Eve, like I can't wait for Christmas for when I have a family, because I have like a certain image in my head of how I want to spend it. So Christmas for me was really, I hate Christmas. Believe it or not, I absolutely hated Christmas. I still kind of dislike it because it's just a day. But my parents split when I was 2, so my Christmas was always split up. So I'd spend Christmas Eve with one parent up until the middle of Christmas Day, and then swap on the same Christmas Day. So I'd always have 2 Christmas dinners. Yes, I had double the presents, but like it was constant traveling. And then when I turned 18, I had to choose one Christmas with one parent for the entire time, and then Christmas the next year the entire time. But because I don't drive, it's constantly traveling on public transport, and you do not like to travel on public transport during Christmas time.
Oh, I'm sure not.
Because it's ridiculously busy. So when I turned 24, I put my foot down and I went, I am never, ever, ever traveling on Christmas ever again. And I haven't. I have not traveled on Christmas. So regardless if I'm not spending it with anybody, if I'm spending it by myself, I do not care. I will be staying in my house. Obviously next year might be different because I might be with Bruno, but I'll travel maybe 2 weeks before Christmas. So it's not like the end of the world. But it's around like the 23rd, the 24th days. Don't travel here because it's absolute mayhem.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's same here too. I think I said in the Thanksgiving episode that Thanksgiving is a bigger travel holiday than Christmas here usually, but it's still crazy. Like, it's still crazy around. I think the only difference with Christmas that maybe makes it a little bit better is it sometimes gets spaced out more because people leave at different times and people go places at different times. Like the week between Christmas and New Year's is like the most expensive one to fly and go on vacations places from here. Like, for example, to Hawaii, because the other family was going to Hawaii last year during the Christmas break, and they wanted to go the week between Christmas and New Year's, but it was so expensive because everybody goes then, because everybody's out of school. Like, all the kids are out of school. So everybody goes then. So they ended up going a week later, like the week after. I think they flew on New Year's Day because nobody wants to fly on New Year's Day. So I think that's what they ended up doing. But yeah, especially this year because school gets out on Friday, the Friday before Christmas, because Christmas is a Monday. So school gets out late here. So I don't know when people are leaving as far as that goes. Yeah. But not all of them, because some of the counties, the next county over gets out of school this Friday. So it's different. So I don't know. It's different depending on when people get out of school, when people get out of work, things like that. So there's not like a predictable, terrible travel day, I think, like there is. Thanksgiving is pretty consistently the day before Thanksgiving is the busiest travel day. It's
always Christmas Eve, or Christmas Eve as we call it, are the worst days to travel. And then Boxing Day. Boxing Day is also the same. So Boxing Day, I don't know if you don't do Boxing Day?
I know I know it's the day. I know it's the day after Christmas, but we don't celebrate it, no.
So Boxing Day in the UK is, well, I think majority of places that celebrate it is the 26th of December. I should have Googled this before.
It's okay. While you're Googling that, I will speak to your earlier, this is when we start Christmas. So I am a purist, and I do not touch Christmas things until after Thanksgiving. Not everyone is like me. Some people do put out Christmas things before Thanksgiving. So that's not entirely different. I'm just a purist. I'm trying to think when Christmas stuff we have, because you guys don't really celebrate Halloween. So we do have, I want to say we have Halloween stuff out in September, but the Christmas stuff is not far behind. Like it didn't used to come out before Halloween. Sometimes you'll find it before Halloween now in a lot of places. Like I have distinctly watched that progression through my life, because again, I'm very sensitive to these things because I don't like it happening too early. So it didn't used to come out before Halloween. It's just like slowly gotten earlier and earlier because people are trying to get a jump on whatever. Because Christmas is incredibly commercial over here.
Oh, it's so commercial.
I'm sure it is over there too. But it's really bad here because, America is very commercial as it is.
Yeah. No offense to Americans, but
the earlier the better. The earlier the better.
And spend lots of money that you don't have.
I mean, I didn't this year, but
I didn't this year either. But yeah, no, as I say, like I think it's definitely commercialized. It's like even here, as I say, it starts so early.
So early.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like some years you do get in like the Christmas spirit, but I always feel like the Christmas spirit is more when you have kids, because the Christmas spirit is the kids, like because they still Santa's real. In case we have any kids listening to this, they still believe in Santa. So it's like, I don't know if you guys have Elf on the Shelf here. There,
I do not do it, but yes, we have it.
Yeah. So obviously you have like Elf on the Shelf, and then you have like you've got to leave out the mince pies, a beer or a wine and stuff for Santa to eat. And
is that what you leave for Santa?
Yeah, mince pies, a beer or a wine.
That's a hell of a lot better than. Yeah. So.
Carrot for Rudolph and milk for Rudolph.
Yeah, no, ours is just carrot and cookies. I don't think we do milk, at least not in my house. Yeah, and then a letter. She writes a letter to Santa, and then Santa writes it back. The things that I did in fact believe in Santa as a child. I don't remember when I learned.
Oh, I do.
Otherwise, here's the thing though. So I I guess you talked about your childhood Christmas. I grew up super religious. I know I've mentioned that before. So like I was a preacher's kid religious, and a lot of hyper religious people don't do Santa because they feel like it's, I don't know, it's like secular, whatever, even though it's based, Santa is based on Saint Nicholas, who is in fact an actual Catholic saint. So my parents were a little unusual, and then that they did let us believe in Santa, and we did like the whole leave the note for Santa, and Santa would come and bring stuff in our stockings and bring presents under the tree and like things like that. So every year they would give us a present from them and a present from Santa. Like, I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. So they were very unusual among religious people at the time, like to the point that I remember my mom telling this story. I was quite young. I think I'm trying to think where we lived. I must have been like 3 or 4 or 5. And I like absolutely insisted to my Sunday school teacher that Santa was real. And she was horrified that my parents let me believe in Santa. And my parents were like, based on a real saint, we don't care. So they did a lot of shit wrong, but I'll give them that. I do not at all remember when I stopped believing. Mine still does, although she has started to ask. She has directly asked, is Santa real? And I do not want to lie to her, but because Saint Nicholas was real, I kind of fudged it a little bit and was like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I told her the tooth fairy wasn't real because she asked that, and I was like, no. So I'm not gonna lie to her.
Funny. Sorry, guys. But yeah, no, I remember when I found out. So I can't remember the age I was. I don't remember, but I had a window above my door in my bedroom, and I had a really high bed because I had like my desk and stuff underneath my bed. And it was Christmas Eve. We all go to bed early on Christmas Eve because Santa's coming. You got to be asleep. The song is what I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing, like, I woke up in the middle of the night and I remember hearing noises. I was like, oh my God, it's Santa, as you do. So I kneel up and I look out the window and I see my dad coming out of the bedroom with my presents and bringing them downstairs.
Fuck.
And then, like, the next day, I came downstairs and I started crying, going, you're not Santa. Why did you have my presents? Is Santa real? And my dad was just like, oh, fuck.
Cool.
But yeah, I remember that literally livid to the day. I remember it because I was heartbroken.
That's how traumatic it is.
And then obviously the next time I went back to school, I told everybody, I went, Santa's not real. Because I was so angry. I was like, no one else is allowed to believe in Santa.
Oh no.
Be glad that I am the youngest child, because if I was the oldest, I'd tell my sibling, like, Santa's not real, fuck off.
Oh God.
But, I think like if it got broken down to me nicely, I think I was in year 4. So I think I was I was old. I think I would have been like
pretty old.
7 or
That's
8.
pretty old. Yeah.
No, I was 6 or 7. 6 or 7. I was pretty old.
Yeah.
But
I mean, mine's 5, so I'm sure it's coming. I'm trying to think if her older cousin still believes or not. He's 8 now. I don't know if he does or not.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to find out.
So you put your tree up in December.
Yeah. So you guys have fake trees. So I grew up having only real trees. Like, I don't know if that's a thing in like maybe rural areas.
We do have real trees.
Yeah.
We do have real trees. So you can choose. You can either get a real tree or a fake tree.
Same here.
And it's all it's personal preference. So like if you don't really want to deal with like getting rid of the real tree or replanting it, and it's a lot more messier, I feel.
You're not wrong. I should have taken a picture of the way the house looked when I dragged ours in this week.
So I just prefer, like, I can get a real tree for 30 quid, and that can last me years and years and years, whereas a real, I said, well, you know what I mean, fake tree for 30 quid and last me years and years, whereas a real tree, I'd have to spend maybe 25, 30 quid a year each year to get a tree. So for me, and for someone that's like, next year I'm probably not even going to put a Christmas tree up.
Oh, I will. Even when I live by myself. Huh?
I'm not going to be here.
Okay. Well, we discussed it this year because we'll not be at our house for Christmas morning. We're gonna be down there. But I'm like, there's still 3 weeks to enjoy it, and I love Christmas lights. Christmas lights are my favorite part of Christmas. For something about the
They're the warm ones. I don't like the white ones. They have
ones.
to be warm.
Yeah. I think they are. We only do white. She don't like color.
No, we do. No, like warm like this.
Yeah.
Like warm color, like yellow.
Yeah, they're like white, I think.
No, white ones I can't do.
Yeah, I do white ones. That's the only
so we have like
white or clear. I don't know if they call them white or clear, but either way, they don't have any.
We are going to have to look at your lights, and I can tell you if they're white or warm or.
I sent you the picture. I sent you the picture.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna. We'll sort this.
I'll look at it now.
We will have this debate another day.
Either way, though, I love Christmas. Something about the ambiance of Christmas lights is like soothing. So I love lights. So I gotta get a treat just for the lights.
So but anyway, do you have any?
Go ahead.
I was going to ask if you have any traditions on Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve, well, so again, childhood is different than adulthood. We went to church on Christmas Eve, like when I was growing up. We would go to church on Christmas Eve, and we would usually we would open our sibling presents on Christmas Eve. So we had, when we were kids, we would draw names of our siblings, and then our parents would take us all to the dollar store so we could buy each other presents. It was like a chaotic rodeo because we would all be in the same store and somehow trying to stay separate so that we could buy each other presents. And our mom had to remember who had whose name. She did slip up a couple times. It was a great big family drama. Somebody got 2 presents and one person got none. I don't remember what year it was, but it was very traumatic. It was not me. It was very traumatic and it was my mom's fault because she had to keep track of whoever got what. But then she also had to keep everybody's presents like hidden in the cart until they could check out. So I have lots of memories of racing about the dollar store trying to pick presents for siblings. But we would open those on Christmas Eve. And we would usually have the big dinner on Christmas Eve too. Like we would go to church and then we would have our big dinner on Christmas. I think that was more my mom's preference because she just didn't want to be bothered cooking a huge meal on Christmas Day. She just wanted to chill. Like, because I think at some point we had it Christmas Day and then she changed it. She was just like, I want to do it Christmas Eve. And then we can just have leftovers and chill the fuck out. She didn't say the fuck, but chill the fuck out on Christmas Day. So we started having it on Christmas Eve. Food wise, I feel like we swapped between different foods. Like some people, not like Thanksgiving, there's not necessarily a traditional Christmas meal over here, I don't think. A lot of people have turkey again. Other people have like, I don't know, beef brisket or something. We've had all.
Is this all on Christmas Eve? Is this all on Christmas Eve?
Yeah. We did Christmas ham for a long time. Yeah.
We do that.
It's all Christmas Eve. So then we read The Night Before Christmas, the book. You know that one? You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I do know that one.
We read that one. Huh. And then when we were younger, we would like usually all do a sleepover in the same room, like all the siblings. We would all sleep in the same room, and we did that. We carried that on for a while. We would have like a sleepover in the basement or something when we were all home for Christmas. So that one carried on for a while, and like watch a Christmas movie usually and stuff like that. And then in the morning, we all had to wait and go down together. We couldn't we had to wait for our parents, and nobody could sneak down or sneak up wherever we were to presents without. And because again, religious, they made us read the Christmas story before we could go be commercial.
Oh god.
You want to annoy an elementary school kid, make them listen to Jesus's birth before they get to go get their presents, especially when they already have the story memorized because they've heard it every year.
Fuck me.
I know. Do you know what is okay, I have many complicated relationships with church, but church Christmas carols, love it.
I hate them. Piss me off.
Oh my god, I love them. I love them. Love Christmas carols.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So Christmas Eve. It always depends for me as a kid, depending where I was. As I said, my parents are split up, so my Christmases were always different. I'm really sorry. I'm really bad with my ADHD today that I can't sit still. So we're just going to apologise for that. But yeah, so if I was with my mum, because my mum's a Catholic one, I would have to go to church, which is fine. Didn't bother me when I was a kid, but I hated it. As you do. It's really long, it's really cold, and I got bored. It was that simple, and the songs are boring. I was just like, okay, can we just finish now?
I was used to it.
And then Christmas Eve, you'd have at my mum's, we'd have pea and ham soup for dinner, for tea.
Interesting.
Pea and ham soup, homemade pea and ham soup. It was really nice. But we'd have pea and ham soup for tea with like fresh bread and stuff. And then we'd watch a Christmas movie.
Which one?
It's really nice.
Was it always the same one?
No, it was always different. However, we all had our personal preferences. So it was always dependent, obviously, what people are fancying. Then one year we watched A Wonderful Life, and that became my favourite Christmas Eve film. So since then, I watch the same film every day on Christmas Eve, and it's A Wonderful Life. It's such a classic. But it's such a good
I will
film,
be very honest.
Have you never seen it?
No, I've seen it. I don't like it. I know.
Why?
I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't. I know it's a classic. I have seen it. I think I've seen it more than once. I don't like it. And I love Christmas movies. I know. I'm not like you. I love Christmas.
I do love Christmas movies. I do love Christmas movies.
I don't like that one.
I love Miracle on 34th Street, The Grinch, Who Stole Christmas.
Which Miracle on 34th Street? Which Miracle on 34th Street?
The newer one.
The newer one? Okay. I'm okay with the newer one. The old one I find boring.
I don't like.
I haven't watched it yet this year. I'm very behind on my Christmas movie watching this year. I've only watched
I now watched The Holiday, with Cameron Diaz, and that's a great film.
I should watch that one again.
There are some classics now that the Muppets Christmas Carol. Freaking love that film.
Have you seen the original one? The one with what's his face, George C. Scott?
It's shit. I'd rather watch the Muppets one.
I watched the George C. Carroll one like when I was a kid, and I remember it scaring me. I don't know why I watched it as a kid, but I don't like it. I do like the Muppets, so I should watch. I love the Muppets, so I should watch that one.
Yeah, so Muppets Christmas Carol, Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street, Polar Express, Home Alone 1 and 2.
Which 1 and 2?
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Oh, I've only seen the first one. It's all right.
Well, number 2 is good. Polar Express. Oh, there's so many. I love Christmas films. That's literally the only reason I could watch Christmas film any time of the year. I don't care. But anyway,
I will only watch it Christmas time, which is why I need to get on it because I haven't watched any.
Yeah. Well, back to my Christmas Eve. So if I'm with my mum, it's church, pea and ham soup. We watch a Christmas film. We go to bed. We didn't open any presents when I was a kid. When I started becoming a teenager, we then opened one present, which was always Christmas pajamas. So then we get dressed.
We do that.
With my dad, my dad is exactly like me. He doesn't give a shit about Christmas. He'd have the tree up for the kids. He would make the effort, but we never had a tradition. It would just be like, oh, it's Christmas Eve, go to bed. We didn't have special food. Sometimes my dad would go down, we'd go out and see family and stuff. It always depended. It was more chilled. That's where I like it.
I was about to say, which one did you like better? Because I'm going to guess which one you like.
My dad's.
Yeah.
And then obviously on Christmas morning we wake up. Now, coming into an adult and having my own family, I have got a tradition that I would love to do. And I've told this to Bruna. She knows all about this. Christmas Eve, what I want is we all get a Christmas Eve box, which is where it'll have a new robe, new pajamas, new slippers. We all go have our showers and baths, get ready, have a night in, order pizza or order McDonald's, you know what I mean? Have a takeaway in.
Yeah.
and watch as many Christmas films until everyone falls asleep. That's basically what I want for Christmas Eve.
That sounds amazing.
I want it nice and chilled, but also with a Christmas theme. But I like the Christmas Eve box idea. Like I like the fact that you all got your Christmas pajamas. I don't give a shit if they're matching. You know how some people have a match, and I don't care. Like one can be Marvel, one can be DC, one can be Mickey Mouse, one can be SpongeBob.
Yeah, I did cat theme this year. They're all cats.
Pictures, please. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I just want us to all have, like, be nice and clean and watching Christmas films and eating, like,
takeaway.
Nothing too heavy. So maybe pizza might be out of it. But do you know what I mean? Nothing too heavy the night before. Then we send the kids to bed. But this is where it's different. In Brazil, they do everything Christmas Eve. So they wait till midnight. They have their big dinner at midnight. And then they open their presents. So they don't go to bed till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Interesting.
And then fall asleep and wake up the next day. So I'm like, because obviously I don't want to lose her culture or my culture. So we'll have to talk about traditions and how we'll do that. But
interesting.
But yeah, no, I told you, me learning about Christmas in Brazil, I'm like, what? She doesn't even have a tree up. But that's personal preference. She doesn't have a tree up, but that is personal preference because she's not going to be here to take it down during the 12 days of Christmas.
Which
we all know about.
Got it.
So, Christmas Day, what are your traditions? What are your traditions now, Christmas Eve?
Well, so it's been complicated as an adult because I have often been working on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So you usually have, that's okay. You have to be flexible. And sometimes our Christmas Eve was actually like 2 days before Christmas or whatever. So mostly my traditions as an adult have been flexible. But very, very much the same. I mean, we just, sometimes we eat, it depends on if we were with the other family or not, because they eat on Christmas Day, I think usually. It's been a long time since we've been to their house for Christmas. I think they eat on Christmas Day. We would just kind of do whatever. It just depended on who was working when or where. I think I prefer eating Christmas Eve. I'm of the same mind as my mother. Like, I don't want to do anything on Christmas Day. Like, I want to stay in my pajamas all day and eat Christmas cookies pretty much after opening presents. So I think if given the preference, I prefer to eat on Christmas Eve and cook on Christmas Eve. But yeah, we have Christmas pajamas. We open Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve also. That's our thing that we open. But that's pretty much the only thing. Now we don't do it. And then, like I said, we leave the cookies and the carrot and the letter for Santa. And then after she's in bed, here's the things you learn as parents. You have to put together toys, which is not easy. Many times. Somebody has to eat the carrots as you sit there and eat. Someone has to eat the carrot. Someone has to eat the cookies. And then someone has to write a note back from Santa. I don't know how that's going to work once she figures out our handwriting. Hopefully she'll won't believe in Santa by then. I keep getting forced to eat the carrot. No fun. It's not fun.
Well, you are the vegetarian, right?
We all are.
You're a vegetarian.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Shouldn't be me.
You like what I just did there? You're a vegetarian.
Yeah. I see what you did there. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true.
Because you're
but yeah, and then we all go to bed and then get up. The one time we were at the grandparents for Christmas, they do it Christmas morning. Like, they don't wrap a bunch of presents. Like, they just have, I don't know if it's the ones from Santa or what. They just have like a room full of stuff, which is very weird to me. I assume that's what they're going to do again this year. Like, they have stockings, like Santa brings the stuff in the stockings. So those are never full till Christmas morning. My parents would never, like, we would put out the presents that came in the mail from like relatives and stuff, or stuff that we got each other. But then Christmas morning, there would always be the presents from Santa, and usually the presents from them that would show up under the tree. So more. And then same thing down there. Like we'll put out. I haven't got any presents in the mail yet, but if presents come in the mail here, they would go. Actually, they can't go into the tree because my cats will eat them, so they have to stay away. One of my cats likes to chew on cardboard, so he would eat every box that was out. So I've had to keep all the presents away until Christmas Eve, as long as I've had these cats. But yeah, Christmas Day we don't do anything. Like I literally would just like to stay in my pajamas all day, play with presents, watch movies if we get movies, eat food. Oh, we would have Christmas breakfast. We'd have Christmas breakfast. I forgot about that. That's the best part of Christmas is we have Christmas brunch, breakfast, whatever. That's the best. So we would make cinnamon rolls. I still make cinnamon rolls, not homemade, but or something like that. Cinnamon rolls, coffee cake, something like that. But my mom would do like a whole ass brunch, like omelets and like hash brown casserole and sweet rolls and things like that. So that was the best part. We would have a big Christmas breakfast.
So that breakfast just sounds nice, I will admit. It just sounds nice, I will admit. For an American, it sounds nice.
Christmas breakfast is good.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
The British Christmas Day.
Oh, dear.
So.
Well, first off, you leave Santa mince pie and beer. Seriously?
Yeah. Every time, mince pie and a beer or a glass of wine. Depending what parent you're with.
I was going to say, your parents are probably have a preference there.
Mm-hmm. And then it's a carrot and milk for Rudolph. Christmas Day, again, if I was with my mum, I had to have a shower and get dressed before I got to open my presents.
No, that's stupid. You open presents in pajamas. Open presents in pajamas.
Yeah, but I had to have a shower and get dressed before I go and open presents. So I was dressed with new clothes on my bed. Fuck knows where they came from, but I'd have to put new clothes on, get dressed, go down.
Santa brought
them. Then I opened my presents. Yeah, obviously. Then I'd open my presents. We'd have breakfast, which sometimes is like a bacon sandwich, or like croissants and pain au chocolats and stuff like pastries, basically. Basically, everything that I can't eat now is what we used to have for breakfast. And then we'd play around with our toys as kids. And Mum would be been up since 5:30 in the morning cooking the Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner is normally served around about 2 p.m. And it's the works. You have turkey, you have beef, you have lamb, you have ham. You have a lot. A lot of meat. Well, normally we only choose around about 3 out of them, so it depends which one, again, your preference is. But turkey's the main one.
That's still 3. 3 meats.
3 meats. 3 meats, all the veg. You've got your roasted parsnips, your roasted carrots, your normal carrots, Brussels sprouts. I fucking hate Brussels sprouts, but Brussels sprouts are on there. Then you've got your pigs in blankets, which are completely different to yours. Completely different to yours.
What's yours?
I will send you what pigs in blanket looks like now, and then we'll put a picture on it so people are aware of what pigs in blankets are.
You know what mine looks like?
Yeah, fucking weird. It's not pigs in blanket.
It's a weenie. It's a weenie and a croissant.
These are pigs in blankets.
Yours are just wrapped in bacon instead of croissant. Yeah.
So we have pigs in blankets in them.
Those do not look appetizing to me.
They are amazing. We have stuffing. We have gravy, lots of gravy. Cranberry sauce with the turkey. We have you are literally, your plate is bulging and you eat it. And then for pudding, because there's always a pudding or dessert, you either have Christmas pudding or Christmas cake with custard or ice cream, or mince pie with custard, depending on what you like. And then you have that. And then in the afternoon, when I was a kid, I'd then finish that, pack my toys away, and then travel to the next house.
Oh, God.
Do it all over again.
You had to eat 2 of those massive Christmas dinners in one day. Oh, God.
Thankfully, if I was going from my mum's to my dad's, Dad wouldn't make us eat an entire meal. We would have leftovers because we'd be going to my grandparents where my dad is at. So then my Nana Hartwell would put a buffet style, so we could just eat when we were hungry because they know that we wouldn't. But Mum would make us eat the entire thing all over again because she's cooked all day. But yeah, it was. I'd be like, a lot of food.
Okay, so
But
you guys have Christmas cake, or what did you say the other one was? Christmas pudding?
Christmas pudding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you don't do Christmas cookies, because that's what we do.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Christmas candies? Do you have any Christmas candy? Candy
We
cane?
have Christmas chocolate. Oh, we have candy canes. I don't like them. No, I don't like them. But we do have them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my mum's side. My dad's is a lot better. You can tell which year I like to spend Christmas at. Christmas morning, just go down and open my presents in my pajamas. I could go out and play on my new bike if I got one for Christmas in my pajamas outside. Did not care. But once obviously we've unwrapped everything and we've played for everything for a little bit, we then had our showers and got dressed and we'd go over to my grandparents every year, without fail. My nana and my granddad would be cooking some Christmas dinner. Mainly my granddad would make sure that everything's cooked and then go to the pub around about 1 o'clock with my dad. They'd always go to the pub for an hour. And I used to go with them. And then like the women of the family stayed at home to finish cooking. Very sexist there, I know. Very sexist. Yeah. But I didn't want to cook. I always wanted to be at the pub. So I always got to choose. So I always went to the pub because, you know.
How ironic.
And then... And
I already knew.
And then after the Christmas dinner, again, we always had Christmas pudding or Christmas cake. But then the people that didn't cook have to do the dishes because my nana didn't have a dishwasher. So like we all did but it was like a whole like, what is it called? Like one person washes up, one person,
assembly line.
3 people dry up. Yeah, assembly line. One person puts up, like 2 people put away. There was a whole assembly line. We put everything away. And then we'll just carry it. Then we'd put like, I don't know why, but it was always, what's that film? The Great Escape. Have you ever seen that film? It's not even a Christmas film.
No,
The Great Escape. It's about a great escape in the war, about people leaving a prison.
Yeah, like I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
It's very, like I find it very
boring. There's somebody in it, right?
Yeah, but that film was always played in the background after dinner when we opened our presents. So it's a film that everybody fell asleep to. And then obviously I'd get picked up and do it all over again. Christmas Day now is completely different.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning and I start cooking because I like to cook. It's that simple. I like to cook the meat. If I'm cooking for just me or one person, then I only do 1 meat because I'm not going to do 3 for 2 people. That's a lot of food.
Yeah.
So it's either if it's like turkey or whatever. This year it's 5 of us, so I think we've got 3 meats going again this year. And then all the veg and everything like that. Open the presents in the morning in my pajamas. I will be refusing to get dressed and leaving my house, so I will stay in my pajamas all day. But then future me, see, I'm thinking of the future here. I want the kids to wake us up in the morning. That's what I want. I want them to go and open their presents in their pajamas.
You say that now.
I honestly don't care because I'm just going to be happy. Yeah, but I'm used to it. I don't sleep, dude. Come on, I don't sleep. We all know this. But yeah, them opening the presents in the morning, I'm cooking. Then they get to play all morning with their toys whilst me and Bruno get to, we'll make sure that they eat, I don't know, a bacon sandwich or so, I don't know, something light, cereal, like I don't care. Like I don't want them to eat like a major breakfast to then not eat their dinner. Then we'll eat their dinner and then they can carry on playing their toys whilst we've got Christmas films on in the background.
That sounds perfect.
I think that's perfect. Yeah, right.
I mean, I am very of the opinion that Christmas Day should just be as chill as possible.
Yeah.
That is I have no interest in getting dressed. I usually don't, if I don't have to. But anyway, back to, so you don't have Christmas cookies. So we do so many Christmas cookies, and this is on my mind because we are planning it for this week. I love to make gingerbread cookies that you cut out and then decorate.
Yeah, gingerbread men.
Yeah, except we do all sorts of different things. Also, let's be not gender non-specific. They are gingerbread people.
They're all year round for us here.
No.
Yeah,
Only
they're all year round.
Only Christmas here. Only Christmas here. But yeah, so we're actually going to do that this weekend. So that we have a rotating cycle of Christmas. We had lots of traditional Christmas cookies we would have every year. So gingerbread, usually some kind of sugar cookie. These little, we call them snowballs, but I think they're technically called like Russian tea cakes or something like that. Can't have those now because they have nuts in them. The kid can't have nuts. Turns out most of the Christmas cookies I grew up with have nuts, so I cannot make them or feed them to my child. There was one called Angel Slices. I don't remember exactly what was in them, but they did have nuts, so I also can't do those. And then one called Toffee Bars. They're called Toffee Bars. I am going to make those again this year. They're very good. And then that's pretty much what we would have for dessert. Sometimes pies, but what is that? Is that a Harry Potter ornament?
So I had my bauble that I have not put on the tree. I just thought, Christmas, I could put it here on top of Bruna's present.
Oh, that's very cute. I love
it. I'm trying to hide the company, because she watches these, and I don't want her to Google what I've got.
Yeah, you should probably move that before she sees it. There you go. You're gonna ruin your surprise.
Christmas cookies.
Christmas cookies. That's my favorite. I love Christmas cookies are probably my Christmas lights, Christmas cookies, and then Christmas movies are probably my favorite tradition. And I love Christmas music, but not all of the cheesy pop ones usually. I like more carol, anthem sort of things. Glee had some really good Christmas albums. Don't know if you've heard those. Very good ones.
Very good. I was a Glee fan, I'm not gonna lie.
They had some pretty good Christmas albums. I do still kind of listen to those sometimes, but anyway, yeah, I like all that stuff. I'm a Christmas. So then,
person. after Christmas, do you do anything? You don't have Boxing Day.
We don't have Boxing Day. Okay. Usually, the day after Christmas is still pretty chill, unless you all
working. Is it back to a normal working day? Is Christmas the 26th a normal working day?
It depends on your job. Like I've certainly, I've had to work. My profession, I have to often work actually Christmas Day. I'm working Christmas Eve this year. But I've had to work Christmas Day before. So it's, it just depends. I think a lot of places are still closed, the day after but it also depends on when Christmas falls in the week. School is always still out. School is usually out for 2 weeks, usually the whole Christmas, New Year holiday. Work just depends on where you work. Like some like office places will be closed the whole week. Obviously people who work in the school system, they're going to be out the whole week. My dad worked for a community college. He would be out for 2 weeks when they were closed in between semesters. So it honestly just depends on where you work. It's not an official holiday, like a national holiday, like you have. Bank holiday, you call it. It's not a national holiday here. Only Christmas Day.
So the day after Christmas here for us is what we call Boxing Day, which is also a bank holiday. No, unless obviously you work for retail, the only day that anybody has off in the entire year, and everybody has off unless you work in NHS or anything like that, like key workers, NHS, ambulances, like gas companies and stuff, is Christmas Day. Everybody, all our grocery stores are shut, everything's shut. The next day is a bank holiday, which is like what we normally have on a Monday, where stores are still open, food stores are still open and stuff like this. But Boxing Day is basically linked to an older British tradition. I have Googled this, so I'm reading it, where the servants of the wealthy were allowed the next day to visit their families since they would have to serve their masters on Christmas Day. The employers would give each servant a box to take home containing gifts, bonuses, and sometimes leftover food. That's why it's called Boxing Day. So the poor people.
Damn aristocrats, you.
Yeah, so that's Boxing Day. So
that's why that's why we don't have that here.
Yeah, but Boxing Day for me is a little bit different because Boxing Day is also my cousin's birthday. So I prefer Boxing Day over Christmas Day, I think, because regardless, Boxing Day I always spent with the Hartwell side of the family because it's my cousin's birthday. And every year we would have the leftover meat from the day before as cold meat, and then we would have our own homemade chips or fries, as you call them, that are like in a deep fat fryer. So really oily and really fatty and not good for you, but so nice. And then we'd also have like a massive buffet on, which would also entail a birthday cake because, my cousin's birthday. And the entirety of the Hartwell side of the family is there. My dad, my sister, both of my aunts, my nan and my granddad, my cousin, me. And then obviously if we bring partners, all of our partners turn up. Like, it's just a massive thing. And then we end up playing games, taking the piss out of each other because that's what we're known for. Fighting because that's what we like, play fighting. That's what we're known for. And it's just such a nice, chilled day. And that's why I absolutely love Boxing Day. And then the 27th, which is a working day, we're back to working days, but the 27th is actually my dad's birthday. So I hate, another reason why I hate Christmas is because I have Christmas Day, my cousins, and my dad's birthday all in 3 days.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. This year I'm working. My dad, normally I try and get it off. And this year I really should have because my dad turns 60 this year. But we're all going down to so my nana's actually going up north this year to my aunt's. So the normal Boxing Day tradition is actually changing. So we're going down to my sister's, which is near London. And I'm working, so I'm having to travel early in the morning to get there before 9 a.m. Log on to work and work whilst helping my sister set up for my dad's birthday. And I think my dad's coming down late afternoon and then hopefully will drive me home that night. Fingers crossed. But that's literally what happens. And so Boxing Day, I'm not going to have my normal tradition. So I'm going to have to make my own homemade chips and my own cold meat because that's one meal I fucking love. And then,
I mean, leftovers are always better. I think they're better the day after.
Especially meat. Cold meat. Cold turkey, cold chicken, cold ham.
It was, yes. I've not been a vegetarian forever, so yes, I do agree. The cold.
Sorry, I know the vegetarian bit, but I'm a meat eater. Even though that might have to stop. That might have to stop soon.
Think of it as avoiding it, not cutting it out.
You're going to have to teach me what actually tastes nice because I don't know what I'm going to enjoy.
I have many, many recipes on a Pinterest board I can send you.
Anyway, after Christmas, guess what we have after that?
New Year's
Eve.
Oh, yeah.
So is New Year's Eve big to celebrate where you are?
Yeah, people get wasted. It's party night. It's just party night. That's all it is. Party night.
So
when I was a kid, we had what we called our evening by the fire, and we would just like sit by the fire and eat snacks and do games. So we still kind of did that as we got older. I honestly I've never been a big partier, so I've never really gone to big parties on New Year's Eve. I stay up until midnight and watch the ball fall down. But yes, traditionally it is an extremely big party night. People throw huge parties and go out.
That is literally the same here. But so like when I was younger, always spent New Year's with my dad. Apart from 1 year, I think it was Millennium. Spent it with my mum. But so dad had this group of friends where they're all the same age and they've all got kids. So they used to take it in turns. 1 year they would host a house party basically, and we'd all go there. So basically the kids looked after themselves and the adults could get drunk. It was great. Like every year, that's what I remember. Like we all had a great time. When we were really, really young, obviously we fell asleep before midnight and our parents would always come in and wake us up to wish us Happy New Year, and then we'd all fall back to sleep. We all sing Auld Lang Syne, which is a Scottish song.
They sing it here too.
And yeah, we watched the fireworks, London fireworks. So you watch the ball drop, we have the London fireworks. Which I think they're trying to stop. I think they're doing it drone lights.
Fireworks are very bad for the environment and also as we mentioned before,
The animals.
noise sensitive people and animals.
So I think they're actually looking at doing drones, which I think they did 1 year. I think it was lockdown.
They're actually quite cool. They're quite cool.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we tend to do that on New Year. When I grew up, I did the whole party scene. I'm too old for that now. I don't even think I'm too old. I just don't. Don't get me wrong, I like a drink here and there, but it's so busy. Like, you queue for hours just to get a drink. Like, I don't understand how people can get as wasted as they do on TV. Like, the people that you see are absolutely hammered and enjoying life, and I'm like, how? Well, I'm queuing 20 minutes to get a drink. I'm already sober by the time I get my drink. Last year I spent New Year by myself. I waited until 12.
I honestly don't remember what I did last year.
I waited until 12, watched the fireworks on the TV, and then I went to bed. Said Happy New Year and went to bed.
I truthfully don't remember.
But I would love to have that tradition that my dad had.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to have a group of friends where we could go, right, 1 year I would host a house party for New Year. So then we could celebrate it with our kids and we can celebrate it with our friends and we're not leaving the house.
Mm-hmm. The last party I was at was a house party like that. The last time I did, it was when we were in Iowa. We had a bunch of friends and we did. Most of them had kids, so it was.
I'm trying to tell you is you need to move to Britain so we can do this. Because Britain is the best. England is the better country out of UK, USA. We are the better country, so you need to move here so we can have the New Year's Eve party.
What do you do on New Year's Day? Anything?
New Year's Day is a day of never leaving the house, relaxing.
You don't have anything.
New Year's Eve. I'm actually spending it differently this year.
You are. You're going out. You're going out.
Yeah, so
I will be once again. I will be working. So.
Well, my lovely girlfriend, love of my life, who I love dearly, is obviously going to be here, and we all know she's Brazilian. And there's actually a Brazilian restaurant not far from where I live, which is like all you can eat meat. I'm really excited, but because she's Brazilian, I'm like, well, fuck it, let's go to a Brazilian restaurant, and then a Brazilian can tell me how authentic this food is, because that's what I have issues with. Is when I go to like different authentic restaurant. No, not authentic. You know what I mean? Different restaurants that are like ethnic.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I never know if they're authentic or if it's like Tex-Mex. I don't know if it's like Tex-Mex, and I don't want it to be. I want proper Mexican food. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna take it there, but like, is this actually like how Brazilians eat and how Brazilian food is? So we're going there and we're gonna have a few drinks. We're gonna get back. And we're going to have some drinks here. And then we're not planning on leaving the house after we get back from the dinner. So we'll probably watch we'll be in the house. And then New Year's Day, absolutely nothing. New Year's Day is a bank holiday. So majority of places are closed again. Like, we can go shopping. January sales freaking starts New Year's Day. So majority of people actually go shopping that are not hungover the next day. Because there are good January sales here. So if depends how hungover we are, we may go to a January sale. But again, it's fucking busy. And then everyone's back at work on the 2nd. Oh, not me, because I'm off for 3 weeks.
Right. Everybody's usually still out of school after New Year's. Like, she doesn't go back until... But again, it depends. It just depends on how the holidays fall every year. She doesn't go back till the next Monday, because New Year's falls on a Monday. New Year's for me is football, but not your kind of football. American college football. There used to be. There's a lot more bowl games now than there used to be, but they're traditionally New Year's Day is the day where it's just nonstop, back-to-back college football. And also there's a parade. So we talked about the Macy's parade. So I think I mentioned at the time there's one I like better, and it actually happens on New Year's Day. It's called the Rose Parade. And now that I live here, it happens not very far from here. And the key on that one is that every float in the parade has to be decorated with some sort of plant, any kind of plant. So it's all very like creative. It's all about like flowers and marching bands, and it's just a lot less showy than the Macy's parade. They don't have any balloons or anything. It's just floats, marching bands, lots of horses. And I've always liked it better, mostly because of the creativity involved in trying to decorate floats just with like living material. It just has to be something living. And some of the, like, they literally spend all year making these things. Like it's a huge deal. Now that I live here, I would like to go one day to the Rose Parade, but it is apparently quite hard. Like you have to like go the night before and like camp on the sidewalk basically to get a place. So it's a whole process. But maybe when the kid's a little bit older, we'll go do it. Like it's literally like the other side of town, so it's not far from here, and it's always been my favorite parade, so it seems silly not to go at some point. But yeah, that's that. And then it's, so you watch that, and then just football, eat snacks all day.
I mean, our football is on Boxing Day and the day after. I believe there is a football game on the 1st, or maybe the 2nd, I can't remember. But like it's just a chill day.
No, there's a lot of college football. It's a whole college football postseason. All happens between like now and New Year's. There's a lot of it. I love it. But I love American football. You know that.
Yes,
yeah. That's
when
New
I
Year's.
come over to visit you,
huh?
When I come over to visit you, we'll have to go to a game.
Yeah.
And we'll vlog our time there. The podcast is just
it'll mostly just be your face being like, "This is stupid."
Why is this stopping so much?
Why is it stopping so much? Yeah.
But yeah, that's New Year. That's Christmas.
Fun.
That's it.
Mostly your Christmas meal is just a lot bigger.
I will take pictures and I will post it.
A lot bigger deal than ours. That's the main takeaway I'm making here. You feed Santa. Santa's an alcoholic in England, and and you.
I mean, come on, most
your
British
Christmas
people
dinner is madness.
So we have got our Christmas snacks on what we tend to eat during Christmas time. Gray's got her snacks. I have mine.
Gingerbread people.
This is Terry's chocolate orange. It is an orange. But is it? So the way to eat it's funny. It's hard. Rock solid. Do not eat it like this, as I will throw you off a bridge.
Okay.
You have to smash it. It's great for anger management. I have obviously a clear surface here, as you can see. Ready? Did that work? No,
I don't know. Did it?
It's rock solid. You have to really smash it.
You're shaking your camera. Now it worked.
Yep. And then you undo it.
Trader Joe's, you can sponsor us, by the way. I love you. I go to you all the time.
And then look. It's little orange pieces.
Damn. I've had a chocolate orange before, but probably not that one.
Oh, it's so nice.
I'm going to have to, maybe I'll go to the British store and try to find one. I bet they have them down there.
You have to find one in the box. An actual orange, and you have to smash it.
I'll try to go to the British store this weekend and see if they have them. Because I want to try one.
But the whole point of our Christmas is we eat shit. We have chocolate selection boxes. We have chocolate on the trees. You get loads of peanuts. You get loads of crisps. Like, we just snack all the time. Like, everybody gains weight over Christmas.
Same.
Oh,
I have to work, so I might not. People like to bring you, when you work for a vet, people bring you stuff all the time. So there's just stuff everywhere.
So,
all right.
Am I the
asshole?
So as it's a Christmas theme, I went for a Christmas Am I the Asshole? And this is going to be a little bit of controversy because one of us has kids and the other one doesn't. Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my Christmas leave for a colleague who has kids?
This has actually been very controversial amongst many jobs.
Many people. Yes, that's why I thought I would do it, because I'm in a controversial mood. So context. My office closes over Christmas and generally opens around the 2nd and the 3rd of January. So you've already got Christmas off, so why are they complaining? This year, we were instructed to put our leave request up until the 2nd, and put a second request through for any additional days after that, and they would approve additional days after the second once everyone had applied and they got it assessed how many staff they would have. I put in until the 8th of January, as did 3 out of 5 of my colleagues. One is coming back, and the second, and another one didn't put in any extra days, so they approved it. The one who didn't put in any extra days has since gone to the managers and said she wanted to take off until the 8th because she wants to spend time with her kids. They are like 8 and 9. And her husband. My bosses declined as they needed 2 staff members here and it hadn't been put in beforehand. Colleague said she wasn't put in extra days already, but the rest of the team knew and did it. Bosses said the only way she could have it off was if she could get another staff member to come back early. She asked me in a passive-aggressive email because Christmas holidays are about being with family, and because I don't have children, I could come back on the 2nd and swap with her. I declined, saying that I had plans for that time and she lost it. She has been going around saying that I ruined her holiday plans and I'm being inconsiderate of people with families and children. Am I the asshole?
No.
Look,
I do have. Look, I will speak as the person with children here. Yes, it is about families with children, or it is about family, but your family, just because your family doesn't have children doesn't mean it's less valid. But in this case, this has absolutely nothing to do with children. This is about a coworker who did not do what she was supposed to do and is now trying to, well, frankly, be an asshole to her coworkers and expect them to give up their plans that they already made to cover for her and using her children as an excuse. So this does not have anything to do with Christmas and family and whatever. This is you using your children as an excuse to be an asshole, and that is not okay. So no, this person should not give up his leave. He did what he was supposed to do. She did not. And he should frankly talk to his boss about how she is workplace bullying him right now.
Exactly. That's my opinion. That's exactly what I think. No, my opinion is exactly the same. I've always been of the opinion, so like, we always get told at my workplace, because obviously my workplace, we get Christmas leave. So we put in our request, and it's always a request. It's up to them if they approve it. So if I turn around and go, I want 27th, 28th, 29th off, and they turn around and go, we can't give you these days, we can give you 2 of these days. And then it's up to us if we want to swap it. But if somebody has never put in their Christmas leave request and doesn't get anything because they didn't put anything through, and then they go, oh no, I really want this day off because I need to spend it with my kids, my thought process is, then why didn't you put it through? Like, it's that simple. Why didn't you put it through? Like, if you had put it through and it got rejected, completely different story. Yeah. I would have felt bad for you and I would have swapped.
Yeah.
But if you didn't put it through, don't expect me to swap, because it's being lazy and you're just expecting people to do it, and I don't like people that expect.
And you're using your children as an excuse.
Like, yeah. So you're being like, if you go put it through next year, and then if it gets declined, I'll swap happily. That happened to me one year, and that's literally what I said. Apparently, I was bullying her.
I mean, this has been a topic of discussion for most of my adult jobs, because I have worked at a job that you did have, it's 24/7, like you had to have coverage on holidays. And people with kids would sometimes get a little, not all of them, but some people with kids would sometimes have the expectation that they should have Christmas off just because they have kids. And the people who did not have kids did not necessarily take that well. Not everyone did. So, and most of the people that did were already kind of to begin with. Like, they weren't the most considerate of coworkers to begin with. Most people are just flexible. Like, that's the same thing. Like, it's already happened with us. But again, I'm also in the unique situation where the other parent in the situation is in the same profession who also frequently has to work on Christmas. And so we have literally just moved our Christmas, even with the kid. Like, we told her Christmas Day was like the 27th one day, right? Because she was where her other mom was working Christmas, and we just moved it. So it doesn't matter. Like you can celebrate it whatever day you want. We just had to tell the grandparents not to tell her, but she was 3. So it's not like she knew at the time. So like they don't care. Like you can have Christmas Day anytime. I mean, when I didn't have kids and didn't have anywhere to go, yeah, I mean, I'll be the person that volunteers to work the holiday because I can.
Well,
if I don't have plans, then I have no reason not to.
I had a job, not like yours, because I've never what you do, but I had a job where it was an emergency work. So we were 24 hours, 365 days a year. And it always depended, like, you knew if you were working Christmas in January the 1st of that year. You knew if you were working or not. So it's always up to you for the entire year to get that swapped. If you can't work it, you've got an entire freaking year, because it all depends on your rota. But if it had fallen on my rota where I was off work and I knew somebody wanted to work it, I would have been like, look, someone didn't want to work it and it fell on their rota where they had to. I would always be the go-to person to go, oh, yeah, can you work this day for me? Because I'd rather work, and it was freaking triple pay plus with the day holiday just to work Christmas Day. So I was like, I will rather work and get the money.
It is holiday pay.
So yeah, no, I'm exactly the same as you. Like, well, you were pre-kids. Who cares? But I don't like when people, as I told you, it's when people expect. I'm like, no. Because I'm very nice, and I'll be like, okay. But if you expect it, it's not going to happen.
Well, expect it, and then also just treat this person like his plans are not as valid as hers just because they don't involve kids. Yeah. Like, again, I am very fortunate that I didn't work for a long time, so I saw my kid a lot. I don't know what this parent situation is. Maybe they really do have limited time with their kids, and it would matter to them if they don't see them on these days. But again, if that was the case, why did you not ask off to begin with? Exactly. Not to mention, there are different ways to ask people to swap than to imply that they should just do you a favor because they don't have kids. Like, all of this was just handled very poorly, in my opinion. But that's just me. Hi, Annabelle.
So, listeners, have happy holidays. Have a wonderful new year.
Enjoy all your traditions.
Yeah, thank you for listening to us for season 1 of Jay and Gray Have a Lot to Say. And we will see you in season 2.
In January. We have not set a premiere date yet, but watch our social media. We will let you know.
And watch out, because whilst during the break, there will be blooper reels from this entire season. We've been interrupted by family, animals, cats,
text messages.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Obviously
not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Cheers. We are inclusive here. Happy holidays.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, Jay.
Have a good one, Gray.
You too, Jay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for listening. Please rate, review, and subscribe to our show on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the links posted in the episode description. Thanks again. See you next week.